1324. Streets of Cairo. July heat, the sun is scorching. Cairo's narrow streets are as busy as ever. Copper pot sellers, spice merchants, camel caravans. But this morning, something is different. A dust cloud rises on the horizon. It is approaching, and then you see it. Not an army of 60,000 soldiers, but a pilgrimage caravan. At the front, a man in a purple silk robe, a turban on his head, a golden staff in his hand. Behind him, 500 slaves. Each carrying 1.8 kilograms of pure gold. Then 100 camels, each loaded with 136 kilograms of gold sacks. In a letter dated 1324, the governor of Cairo writes, "I do not know who this man is, but he brought such immense wealth to our city that gold prices collapsed. The man is Mansa Musa, king of the Mali Empire, and what he began that day would become one of the strangest economic disasters in recorded history." Part 1. The Invisible Empire. If you look at European maps before 1324, you see a massive blank space in the center of Africa. Terra incognita. Unknown land. But reality was very different. The Mali Empire, in 1324, was the richest state in the world. Its territory spanned 500,000 square kilometers, larger than modern Western Europe. Its capital, Timbuktu, had over 100,000 inhabitants. At the same time, London's population was only 50,000, but the real wealth was underground. The Bambouk and Bure gold fields. At the time, 50% of the world's known gold reserves were located there. Mali historian Ibn Fadala Alumari wrote in 1340, "There was so much gold in Mansa Musa's treasury that 10 scribes worked for 3 years counting. Itan still did not finish." Modern economists estimate Musa's wealth at $400 billion in today's money. Twice Jeff Bezos. Richer than Elon Musk. But Musa did not hoard this wealth. He put it on the road. Part 2. A fortune on pilgrimage. The year is 1324. Mansa Musa wants to perform the Hajj. A normal ruler would travel with 100 to 200 people. Musa thought differently. If Allah has given me this wealth, I must share it. Preparations took 2 years. 60,000 people, 500 slaves, each carrying 1.8 kilograms gold bars, 100 camels, each loaded with 136 kilograms of gold, 12,000 soldiers, 500 path clearers, advanced scouts, total gold, 18,000 kilograms of pure gold. Today's value, approximately $1.20 billion. And Musa's plan was simple. Distribute this gold to the poor along the way. According to historian Al-Kalkashandi, in every city he passed, Mansa built a mosque for Friday prayers. Each mosque received a donation of 20,000 dinars, about 90 kilograms of gold. Route, Mali gives, Niani gives Walat, gives Tuat, gives Cairo, gives Mecca 0 kilometers, a journey lasting 14 months. And everywhere he stopped, economies collapsed. Part 3. Cairo's gold collapse. July 1324. Mansa. Musa enters Cairo. He is welcomed by Mamluk Sultan. Al-Nasir Muhammad protocol requires Musa to kiss the Sultan's hand. Musa refuses. "I bow only to Allah." A diplomatic crisis. Then Musa gifts the Sultan 50,000 dinars, 225 kilograms of gold. Crisis resolved. But the real problem was just beginning. During his 3-month stay in Cairo, Musa distributed 10,000 to 20,000 dinars every day, gave gold to every poor person he encountered, paid absurd prices, 10 grams of gold for a loaf of bread, left 1 ton of gold as a gift to the Sultan's treasury. Cairo historian Shihab al-Amari wrote, 12 years later, before Mansa Musa's visit, 1 dinar equaled 1.5 grams of gold. After his visit, 1 dinar equaled 6 grams of gold. Gold lost 75% of its value. This meant savers were impoverished overnight. Importers went bankrupt. Inflation exploded. Egypt's economy took 12 years to recover. Venetian merchant Francesco Balducci Pegolotti wrote in his 1340 trade ledger, "Be cautious when trading in Cairo. Gold prices are still abnormal." The Curse of Musa continues. Part 4. Realization in Mecca. Upon reaching Mecca, Musa realized something shocking. 60% of his wealth was gone. Of 18,000 kilograms of gold, only 7,000 kilograms remained, and he still had to return home. Ibn Battuta recounts a story he heard in Mecca around 1350, after the Hajj, when Mansa Musa realized his money was gone. He borrowed from Egyptian moneylenders at 60% interest. Yes, the richest man in the world had given away so much money that he had to borrow to get home. On the return journey, Musa was more cautious, but the damage was done. Part 5. The invisible empire becomes visible. There was another consequence of Musa's journey. The world discovered Mali, the 1375 Catalan Atlas, drawn by Abraham Cresques, the most prestigious map of Europe, depicted Mali. For the first time, at its center sat a crowned figure holding gold. This is Mansa Musa, the richest and noblest ruler of all Africa. This land is so abundant in gold that no other place compares. Portuguese explorer Diogo Gomes wrote in 1456, "We went to Africa seeking the source of gold. Everyone pointed us to Mali." Musa's generosity unintentionally painted a target. Within 50 years, Portuguese, Spanish, and Dutch ships reached African shores. Their goal: find those gold mines. Part 6. The logistics. What amateurs miss. Now comes the most interesting question. How was this journey even possible? 60,000 people, 7 kilometers, 14 months. Modern logistics calculations: 60,000 people times 2 liters of water day equals 120,000 liters. 60,000 people times 1.5 kilogram food day equals 90 tons of food. 100 camels times 20 liters. Water day equals 2,000 liters for camels alone. In the Sahara Desert, where water is scarce. Answer: preparation 1 year in advance. The Mali Empire built hidden supply depots within 50 kilometers of every oasis. Each depot contained 200,000 liters of water, 100 tons of dried meat and grain. 50 reserve. Camels historian Olomari writes, Musa's general Sakura traveled the entire route 3 times a year before the journey. Supply points were established every 2 days' distance. Amateurs talk about generosity, professionals talk about logistics, and Musa mastered both. Closing: a man's legacy. Mansa Musa died in 1337. His legacy lives on in 3 ways. Economic: Cairo's gold market collapsed for 12 years. The first recorded case of hypersupply inflation in history. Cultural: Timbuktu became one of the world's greatest centers of learning for 200 years. Its libraries held 700,000 manuscripts, 10 times more than Europe's largest library at the time. Geopolitical: Musa's journey told Europe, Africa holds limitless gold. The foundations of the Atlantic slave trade, beginning 150 years later, were unintentionally laid by the maps Musa inspired. So here is the final question. Is generosity always a virtue? Musa was well-intentioned, a devout Muslim, a believer in sharing. But the economic consequences were disastrous. Cairo's savers were ruined. Mali's treasury lost 60%, and most ironically, his generosity turned his empire into a target. Economist Thomas Sowell once said, "There are no solutions, only trade-offs." Musa's story proves it. So what do you think? Was Mansa Musa's generosity a virtue or an economic catastrophe? And if you had lived then, Would you choose to stand beneath a rain of gold in Cairo, or live in a stable economy? Let's discuss in the comments. Because history shows us the thin line between generosity and responsibility. Desert sunset, a distant camel caravan, gold dust floating in the air. Amateurs talk generosity. Professionals talk logistics. But true leaders balance both.